Hi, this is Laura Jeffrey, founder of StartYourWeddingBusiness.com, and today we're going to be having a chat about how to prioritise your workload as a startup wedding business. I know this is quite it's a tricky one because when you're starting out with your wedding business, I know that you're pulled in so many different directions. It's like you've got to do the accounts, you've got to make your website, you've got to attend wedding fairs, you've got to actually create whatever your product is and get it out there to the masses, and you've got to deliver on it. So I know that you're being pulled in so many different directions and that it can be a little bit frustrating because you just want to crack on and make loads and loads of progress, but sometimes you feel like you can't because you've got boring admin stuff to do. So I understand where you're at. I have very much been there myself and I know how hard it is. So today we're going to have a chat about prioritising to make this a bit easier for you. And hopefully to make your workload go a bit more smoothly and so that you get the most out of your days. So the first big tip that I'm going to share with you is it's about prioritising long term. So you've got to know where you're shooting for. So a lot of people go into starting up a wedding business not knowing what their big goal is. So I think it's a really great idea to have a brainstorm and think about what you really want to achieve in the long term distant future. You know, where do you see your business being in 10 years time from now? Do you want to employ lots of people, or do you want to keep it as you? Do you want to what's your aim? Do you want to travel the world with your business? Like where are you shooting for? What's your big major goal? Because from that you can then start to have a look at what you need to do each year to get you there. So we're starting to talk about tangible figures, like tangible steps that you can take to get you to your end goal. So I think that's kind of like your guiding light, if you like, your big idea. And then what you need to do is just start thinking year by year what you need to do to get there. So for your year, I think grab your printable, which I've included with this blog post. You can just download it by clicking the link below. I've broken down for you a nice weekly planner. So once you've decided on what you need to be achieving, what your main goal is for the year, you can then start breaking it down into months, weeks and days so that you can actually get some stuff done. So I think when you've got that kind of major idea in your mind of what you want your business to be, take that back to this year now and then think where you want to be at the end of this year. So say you want to have done maybe 20 weddings. So start thinking about how many weddings each month you'll need to do to reach that goal. Or it might be a monetary goal. You might want to turn over X amount. Break that down into months, what you need to earn each month to get you to that final figure of the year. So, and then once you've broken that down into months, break it down into weeks. So it's always got to come back to kind of like your turnover and what your main goals are. So, you know, if you want to be really, really happy and you're working to have more free time, don't overstretch it with how many weddings you're planning to service. Like don't overstretch it with what income you're going to get if happiness is your priority. Like remember what your priorities are. It's very easy to get lost actually when you're doing so many different things to kind of think, well, what am I doing this for? What's the point? But if you remember what your main overall aim is, like that will guide you and that will help you remember to focus on the positive, like the reason why you're doing what you're doing. So when you've started breaking it down into months and weeks, you can start prioritizing. So what I've done in the principle is I've included a weekly planner for you. So you can actually say like what your morning focus is, what your afternoon focus is, and then other stuff that you need to get done. Because if you're not making progress towards your main yearly goal, if you're not taking steps towards that every single day, it's going to be really hard for you to reach it. So choose whatever your main goal is and make sure that you're incorporating a way of getting there into your day every single day. So it might be that you want to turn over 30 grand in the year. You need to think, well, that means that I've got to cover 60 weddings this year, and you've got to break it down like how you're going to get those. Do you need to attend wedding fairs? Do you need to run Facebook adverts? You need to be breaking this down into a weekly activity table and then working out where your time is going in the morning, in the afternoon, and fitting it around the other stuff that you need to do. If you don't prioritize where you want to go as your major thing to do every day, it's very, very hard to get there. So for me, As an example, I need to film plenty of videos for my work, so I prioritise doing that on a daily or a weekly basis. So I'll say my major focus for today is going to be filming, so I'm going to be filming for however many hours, but then I also need to do client emails, and I need to buy some pack materials for something that I'm going to be making up for somebody. It's very important to kind of remember what your major focus is for the day and then fit everything else in around it. And then like at least you feel really satisfied coming into the day because you can actually say, I've got through all of that work and I've made a step towards my future goal as well. So print out your worksheet, the workbook below, and get plotting out what your yearly, monthly and weekly targets are. And just remember to make your big priority something that's in the front of your mind every single day and do something tiny towards it every single day. That's how we make progress. That's how we're going to reach these big goals. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.